Well, hello, Fat Lad here, on a chair in the kitchen. Talking today about data, footage, that kind of stuff, and how difficult it can be to collect all of the footage together when there's a number of people with different cameras, or alternatively, if you're going away for a few days, to be able to keep all of your footage safe. You can, of course, go out and buy something like this and fill it up with lots and lots of SD cards. You can, if you want. But there is a better way. With the best will in the world, these SD cards, the little ones that fit into the likes of these Sony cameras, are tiny. And yes, you can probably get, if you're filming in 1080p, you can get 11 hours on a 128 gig card, but not all cameras will carry a 128 gig card, so you need something that's going to allow you to carry more data around with you. And that's where the likes of these things come in, which is, you know, it's a portable hard drive, so you can perhaps carry quite a cheap laptop and then put a portable hard drive on it. This one's a 2 terabyte unit from Toshiba, and it's very good, it's quite quick, does the job. So you can carry a laptop, but then you've got a bit of an issue, haven't you? Because you need power for your laptop, and with the best will in the world, again, the minute you start powering a drive or something off a laptop, the so-called 10 hours that most people think you'll get just drops down and goes out of nowhere. So a while ago I had a look at the Ravpower FileHub Plus, the WD-03. The problem I've got with that one is it works, but you need your iPad or your iPhone or whatever to control what's going on. They brought out the WD-07, and that's been updated now to this one, the WD-09. So a quick run through of what this thing does. A quick run through of the outside, if you like. It's very simple. You've got an on-off switch here, which patently turns it on and off. On this side, as you can see here, there is an SD card slot. This is going to get better. Alongside it, you've got the buttons for 2.4 and 5G, and here you've got the SD to USB button. Under this flap here, which is a nail breaker, you can see a network port, the charging port, a little port, a USB port to plug in your external hard drive, and there's a reset button there. So let's plug the hard drive in, as you do, and switch it all on. Hold it in. You'll see the little battery light is flashing. You'll also see that there's a wireless light here, and that's now flashing its way around to try and generate a wireless network, which you will need, because at some point we're going to talk to an iPad or an iPhone or whatever. So we'll let that carry on and do its little bit thing. In the meantime, I'm going to find myself an SD card, which may or may not have something on it. We'll soon find out. That one. So the wireless network is now established, and here I have a micro SD card, which is a V30. It's for video, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it into the SD card slot here on the side. Push it right in. That's it. Why is it that you never, that's it, have your nails right? That clicks in, alright? And if I just press the SD to USB on the side and hold it, you'll see that the little SD card icon is flashing. And I think it's now transferred everything. Let's do it again. Hold it down till it starts flashing. It's flashing. You'll also see that the light on the drive is flashing. Well, you would if I'd got it. There you go. And when that light, the SD light, stops flashing, you've copied everything off it. So I'm just going to drop that one back out. While you're doing this, there's no need to discharge it or whatever you call it. That doesn't need to happen. I've got another one here. I've got no idea what's on this card, but let's slide it in, click it on, it sees it, it's flashing, that's the one that's reading it. Alrighty, let's press the button. Now it starts flashing, as you can see, just there. And it's now transferring data across and onto that external hard drive. And so far I haven't needed to plug a computer in. They claim that this will run for 10 hours with a full charge in the battery, but obviously you can run it off a power supply as well, should you so desire, to give you the necessary running time for whatever you're doing. But if you were just transferring data across, then you could do as we did last night. While you're sitting down having a meal, the data could be transferring over. Now I did some tests earlier, and it takes around about 20 seconds for a gigabyte of data to go from the SD card across onto the hard drive. Some of that is going to be hard drive speed dependent, as in the faster your hard drive, then up to a point the faster it'll go across, but certainly it's much quicker than bringing it up to an iPad and down to another device. Speaking of which, let's get an iPad out, and while this is all going on, we can log into it and see what the crack is. Shall we do that? Here is the iPad, raring to go. First thing I need to do is to go to Wi-Fi, and I need to pick up the Ravpower FileHub 6BDE, that's what mine's called. I've already logged into it, so there's nothing to be found there. And then this icon here is the FileHub Plus application. When you get into the application, you can then have a look and see what's going on, and you'll see here the SD card volume 1, USB disk 1 volume 1. So if we just have a look at that, you can see there's all kinds of data on there. MP root is where I want to be. And we'll see whether there's anything there, and as you can see there's all kinds of files that are there, and that's all good. This is all while it's copying, by the way. So if we go to USB disk 1 volume 1, and this is happening wirelessly, the iPad is talking to the Ravpower FileHub, and it's now going to try and read that drive. I hope it can find it. SD backup is what we want. Alrighty, and here we've got the dates and times. So 2/21/12, just click here. That's not the one I want. This must be the latest one then. Alright, MP root 100 ANV01, and there we go, the files that we saw earlier, and they're not all there yet. Alright, Now that works out quite nicely, because if we come out of there, and that's happening, that doesn't need to be opening, and go into LumaFusion, which is a lovely piece of kit for editing, we can go into wireless, when a network drives, we can have a look and import media, and it'll show us, this was an SD backup folder that I changed. Let's bring in, oh I don't know, there's a gig file, and just by clicking here that'll import it. It's going to download the media, and you can see how quickly it goes. It's not the fastest you'll ever get. This is working at 333 megabits per second, I think it is. So to get that gigabyte in will take however long it takes. It can take quite a while, but that will bring it in. I'll cancel that one off and come back to Chris, and here's the same file that I brought in earlier, and I can just literally drop that onto the timeline once it's imported, and there you are. We've got footage that we can use. All good stuff. So there you have it, the Ravpower FileHub Plus WD 09. The very latest version was just released in January. It works very well. Obviously, the time to transfer data depends on how much data there is on the card and how fast your hard drive is for it going off, but that's all good. From my perspective, that and that together is brilliant. If I fill my external USB hard drive, I can drop into any Currys or wherever and pick up another one, a bigger one, and it doesn't matter where you go worldwide. I spent, I don't know how long, trying to find a Western Digital, they've got a Wireless Pro, I forget what it's called now, which does the same sort of thing but with a built-in hard drive. The built-in hard drive one is 200 and whatever it is, 208, 209 pounds at the best price that I could find for the 4 terabyte one. A 4 terabyte external USB drive you can pick up now for what, less than £100, easily less than £100. And this Ravpower unit is available on Amazon for $49.99 delivered. Why would you want to go there? It's saving you a lot of money, and it gives you the opportunity to just have as many drives as you need. It's all good. I hope you found this useful, I really do. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, click the bell, click the little bell, and that way you'll get informed when I post more rubbish for you to watch. I've been Dave, the fat lad, on this occasion not on a bike but on an IKEA chair, and I'll see you next time. Until then, ride safe. See you later. Bye bye.